From a Lego set that depicts a haunting concentration camp to a toy truck that literally sent kids to the ER, here are some of Lego's most controversial and banned items that probably shouldn't have made it past quality control. And first up, we have a Lego set that was so dangerous, it had to be pulled from shelves. I'm talking about the Lego Explorer Super Truck.
The 2002 Brickbuster Super Truck.
This thing was a beast. Huge wheels, massive truck bed, the whole 9 yards. But those giant wheels were also its downfall. Turns out they were detachable, and when you took them off, they exposed a sharp metal axle. Kids were getting injured, so Lego had to issue a full recall. I guess they learned their lesson about putting sharp, pointy things in kids' toys. But I wonder how my little cousin would have played with these sets if it wasn't recalled. I would have been running here and there for the rescue, but I definitely wouldn't want to be rescued by someone holding that $70,000 concentration camp set. This week, the Museum of Modern Art in Warsaw, Poland, announced on its website that it has acquired Liberia's concentration camp creations. The museum said it purchased the artwork on December 30th from a Norwegian art collector for 55,000 euros, or approximately $71,800. The museum described the piece as one of the most important works of contemporary Polish art. Because yeah, this next cursed creation takes the cake for Lego's most controversial collab ever. Polish artist Zbigniew Libera decided to turn one of history's darkest moments into a Lego set. The set featured white smiling skeletons as prisoners and guards that looked straight out of a horror movie. Despite Lego running away from this thing sold for a whopping $70,000. I mean, I love money, but this is one set that should have stayed in the idea vault for like forever. The good thing is Lego eventually realized this was way too dark and pulled it faster. But I'm super glad they did, because if I saw this on a store shelf, I'd be running straight to therapy. This next item might be the most problematic Lego set known to exist. The Temple of Doom set that, well, met its doom before even hitting the shelves.
Lego Indiana Jones Temple of Doom set. Now, I gotta give the full backstory before we get into the actual review.
This was so close to hitting shelves, it even had box art and everything. But then at the last minute, Lego pulled the plug. Apparently Lego thought it might not be the best message to send to kids. Or maybe they were worried about offending certain religious groups with the whole idol worshipping scene. But hey, at least the Temple of Doom didn't have any dangerous moving parts. Unlike this next item. This is the Lego V22 Osprey, and it was supposed to be the coolest Technic set ever. It could transform from a helicopter to a plane just like the real thing. But there was one tiny problem. The real V22 Osprey is a military aircraft, and Lego has a strict no war toys policy.
See, it is always a rough ride for a military plane.
They tried to market it as a search and rescue vehicle, but the damage was done. This got grounded before it even took off. I mean, come on Lego, you had one job. It's not that hard to avoid making toys that are either dangerous or offensive. Just stick to spaceships and castles and everyone's happy. But no, Lego being Lego, they then launched this set, which clearly triggered cultural sensitivity.
I really feel like overall the design was incredibly complete, and for a set from 2012 as well, this holds up really nicely with 2022.
This is Jabba's palace, and apparently some people thought it looked a little too much like certain mosques in Istanbul and Lebanon. Lego denied any intentional resemblance, but the controversy was enough to get this set retired early. I guess they didn't want to start an international incident over some plastic bricks. I mean, it would be a whole lot of chaos then. But sometimes Lego sets get banned for reasons that are bigger than just being weird or controversial. Like this next one, for example. It's the Lego Shell tanker truck, and it was part of a collaboration between Lego and the oil company Shell. But then Shell got caught up in major environmental scandal. They were accused of causing oil spills and damaging the environment. Lego, wanting to protect their image, decided to end the partnership and pull all the Shell branded sets from shelves. It was a bold move, but it sent a clear message. LEGO cares about the planet. But sometimes, LEGO sets get banned because they're just too darn sexist. Like this next one, for example. It's a LEGO set that was so sexist, it sparked outrage among parents and LEGO fans alike. This is the LEGO Friends, and it was supposed to be LEGO's big push to get girls interested in building. But instead of creating cool sets with strong female characters, they went with this. Pink and purple everything. Beauty salons, bakeries, and even a puppy grooming set. I mean, come on, LEGO. Girls can build spaceships and fight dragons too. This whole line was accused of reinforcing gender stereotypes, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. But hey, at least LEGO Friends wasn't overtly offensive. Unlike this next item. This one's not a whole set, but just a single sticker that came with a construction set. And what did this sticker say, you ask? Hey, babe. Yeah, you heard that right. LEGO actually thought it was a good idea to include a sticker that promoted catcalling. Seriously, LEGO? Catcalling in a children's toy? What were you thinking? Needless to say, this sticker didn't last long. Parents were outraged. LEGO quickly apologized and pulled the sticker from production. Let's just hope they learn their lesson about promoting sexism in their toys. But sometimes LEGO sets get banned for no apparent reason. Take this next item for example. It's the LEGO Phineas and Ferb set, and it was supposed to be part of the LEGO Games theme. But then, just like that, the whole theme was scrapped, and this never saw the light of day. Why, LEGO? Why would you do this to us? Phineas and Ferb were awesome. They deserved a LEGO set. Maybe someday they'll bring it back, but for now, we can only dream of building Perry the Platypus in LEGO form. But sometimes LEGO sets get banned for the silliest reasons imaginable, like this next one for example. This seemingly innocent Christmas set caused a stir because of one tiny detail, a tile with Santa's naughty list. Seems harmless enough, right? But some eagle-eyed fans noticed a few interesting names on that list. Let's just say they were a little too topical for a children's toy. LEGO quickly pulled the set, claiming it didn't meet their quality standards. Sure, LEGO, that's totally the reason. I guess someone at LEGO had a sense of humor, or maybe they just wanted to avoid any potential controversy. Either way, this set became an instant collector's item. Who knew a Christmas-themed LEGO set could be so scandalous? But sometimes LEGO sets get banned because of things completely outside LEGO's control. Take this next set for example. It's the LEGO Overwatch 2 Titan, and it was supposed to be a massive, awesome mech suit. But then the company behind Overwatch got hit with some serious allegations of workplace misconduct. LEGO, wanting to distance themselves from the controversy, decided to scrap the set entirely. It's a shame really, this set looked incredible, but I guess LEGO had to do what they had to do. Hopefully someday, they'll be able to release an Overwatch set without any ethical dilemmas attached. Speaking of ethical dilemmas, this next set is a bit of a head scratcher.
Out there saying that this build's too repetitive, it's way too much tan, whatever complaints you have, you need to build it to understand just how.
It's the LEGO Colosseum, and it's a beautiful recreation of the iconic Roman landmark. But there's just one tiny problem. The Colosseum was used for some pretty brutal stuff. Gladiator fights, animal hunts, public executions, not exactly the most kid-friendly activities. LEGO decided to release the set anyway, but they included a disclaimer about the Colosseum's history. I guess they figured it was important to teach kids about the past, even the dark parts. But it still makes you wonder, is it really appropriate to turn a place of violence and death into a children's toy? But sometimes LEGO sets are just too complicated for their own good. Like this next one for example.
I am no arcade expert, so I might get a little terminology wrong here with Pac-Man, so bear with me. First off, there's a build on the top side of the machine that can be taken off as a separate build.
It's the LEGO Pac-Man arcade set, and it's a fully functional replica of the classic arcade game, complete with moving parts, lights, and sound effects. Sounds awesome, right? But it's also a choking hazard waiting to happen. Seriously, this set has so many small parts, it's a miracle no one's choked on it yet. LEGO even put an 18+ label on it, but that's not going to stop curious toddlers from getting their hands on it. Maybe they should have just made a simpler, non-functional version. But hey, at least the Pac-Man set is meant for display. This next item though, is supposed to be played with, and it's potentially even more dangerous.
The typewriter is so far the best LEGO set of 2021. The model itself is a representation imitation of a classic typewriter machine, not based in any particular brand, and comes with a lot of the details and functionality you would see on a real machine.
This is the Lego typewriter. It's a beautiful, intricate model of a classic writing machine, but it's also a potential finger pincher. Those keys move with surprising force, and I wouldn't want to get my hand caught in there. Lego probably should have included a warning label with this one, or maybe they should have just marketed it as a self-defense weapon. Introducing the Lego typewriter, perfect for writing letters or crushing your enemies. But if you're looking for a Lego set that could actually cause some damage, look no further than this next item. It's the Lego Lamborghini Sian, and it's a stunning replica of the real-life supercar, but it's also incredibly complex and expensive. I can just imagine some poor kid getting their hands on this thing and accidentally breaking it. The tears, the tantrums, the existential dread of knowing you've just destroyed a $400 Lego set. Maybe this one should come with a parental supervision warning. But sometimes Lego items are banned not because they're dangerous or offensive, but because they're just too darn rare.
It is the Series 10 packaging. It looks absolutely incredible. And I'm just going to go here and open it up. Use my X-Acto knife because I don't want to cut the pamphlet that you get on the inside for sure, because that would damage the value of the figure. All right. Oh my god, I feel the bag. Is it? What is it? Oh my god, I see the gold. Holy crap. Oh my. Holy crap.
Like this next item, for example. It's the Lego Mr. Gold minifigure, and it was only produced in a limited run of 5,000. That's right, only 5,000 in the entire world. This minifigure is so rare, it's practically legendary. And that's exactly why Lego had to ban it. People were going crazy trying to get their hands on one, and they were even creating fake versions to try to cash in on the hype. Lego had to put a stop to the madness before it got out of control. But sometimes, Lego fans take matters into their own hands. Like with this next item, for example.
We had everything we needed, it all ran like clockwork. You could have shut your mouth.
It's the Lego Breaking Bad RV, and it was never officially released by Lego, but that didn't stop some dedicated fans from creating their own version, complete with a meth lab and minifigures of Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. Lego wasn't too thrilled about this unauthorized creation, but they couldn't exactly stop it either. I guess sometimes you just have to let the fans have their fun. But sometimes Lego sets are so controversial, they spark debate among fans. Like this next one, for example.
Lisa and Ned Flanders, of course. On the back of the box, it kind of walks through what you would see with how it opens up, so you have an idea of what you're getting yourself into, and then also some just scenes that you might be able to recreate. Essentially, this box would encourage me to pick it up, and I think it did, although I wish it had encouraged more people to pick it up so there's more out there.
It's the Lego Simpsons theme, and it was met with mixed reactions from the Lego community. Some people loved the idea of having Lego versions of Homer, Marge, and the rest of the gang, but others thought it was too adult for Lego. They argued that The Simpsons, with its satirical humor and sometimes crude jokes, wasn't a good fit for a children's toy. Lego went ahead and released the sets anyway, but they were eventually retired after a few years. I guess the controversy was just too much to handle. And finally, we can't wrap up this list of banned Lego craziness without mentioning this unbelievably tone-deaf set.
It's the front of the box and then the sides. And you can see on this side, 1977, 3 years and up. Side of the box. And then the back of the box. This box had a sticker on the back.
This is the Red Indian set, and wow, Lego, just wow. I mean, did anyone in the design department raise an eyebrow at this one? 4 bright red minifigures paddling a canoe. It's like they took every stereotype about Native Americans and crammed it into one tiny box. The backlash was swift and furious, and LEGO quickly pulled the set from shelves. Let's just say they learned a valuable lesson about cultural sensitivity that day. I mean, these minifigures are redder than a sunburn. You're not gonna believe this, but LEGO's first ever toy was a replica of a handheld semi-automatic. No, we're not kidding. It was called the Peace Pistol and was released in 1945. It was even equipped with a reloading mechanism and a trigger, so it could fire wooden bullets. That was pretty innovative for a wooden toy. Maybe that's why it was so popular. There was so much demand, the company released another version made from plastic 4 years later, and even more types throughout the 1950s. Obviously, times have changed, because most people wouldn't want their kids playing with this now. Let's jump way ahead to 2022, when LEGO released this creator set of a majestic tiger. It's a spectacular set, until you turn the tiger around. Yup, you're not seeing things. LEGO have released a piece designed to represent an actual mammal's anus. We don't know if they're trying to teach the 9-year-old kids playing with this set about biology, or if they just thought it was hilarious. But I never expected to see a butthole LEGO piece up for sale. We're not sure why LEGO decided to add something like this to such a great set, but it does feel like the world is just a little bit different now. Did you know LEGO actually has not just one, but several sex worker minifigures in their collection? We're not here to criticize sex work, but LEGO specifically states their toys don't make any references to sex. That's a pretty bold claim when one minifigure literally comes with a red light to show she's working the red light district of a town. That's an area of a city known for a high number of sex workers. She appears as part of a 2017 LEGO education set meant to educate kids about people's jobs. Which is fine, but we're not sure how many parents want to be asked what her job is while their kids are playing with the set. As if that wasn't enough, there's also the brothel owner, Red Harrington, from the Lone Ranger Stagecoach set, and March Harriet, the escort from the LEGO Batman movie minifigure set from 2017. I guess some parents are gonna have some tough conversations when they least expect it. In 2010, LEGO released the Lunar Limo set, which included this very R-rated minifigure. He's called Brick Daddy, and everything about him screams pimp. We already know he's involved in the criminal underworld, and also, just look at him. Incredibly, he was originally named the Brick Father, after the Godfather, but people at LEGO decided the Godfather wasn't appropriate for the age group. Who decided that was too far, but Brick Daddy is totally fine? Seems pretty crazy. Young kids definitely shouldn't know what a pimp looks like, even if it's only implied. Star Wars has basically invaded LEGO. There are tons of sets dedicated to the franchise, and obviously whole collections of minifigures to match. But one Princess Leia minifigure stands out. This barely dressed version of Leia is often referred to as Slave Leia, and I think we can all agree, it's definitely not for kids. Still, it has been released in 3 different sets in the past. Now, there are rumors it was actually banned by LEGO, but they deny that. Instead, they say they could make it at any time. They just don't want to, and we understand why. It's pretty controversial. LEGO narrowly avoided controversy with this set. It was all ready to go when they canceled the release of this LEGO City set at the last minute. The set was called the Crooks Hideout Raid, and it was definitely R-rated if you ask us. It featured what looked like a SWAT team raid on a dynamite factory, which was obviously a front for some kind of huge criminal organization. We don't know what the bad guys were hiding in there, but we do know it's not appropriate for kids. LEGO realized that just in time and never released the set, narrowly avoiding a lot of angry letters from parents. We already know LEGO produced toy guns in the past, but this is the theme that made them decide they need to stop doing that permanently. It's the Dino Attack theme. Even the name sounds like it's not appropriate for kids. But even more crazy is that this wasn't just one set. There were 5 of them. Each set featured mutant dinosaurs and futuristic military vehicles, and an attack team of minifigures equipped with advanced weapons who have been sent to absolutely annihilate the dinos. We don't think that really fits into LEGO's zero violence policy. You'll be happy to hear that this set was more of a misunderstanding than LEGO losing its mind. In 1996, Polish artist Zbigniew Libera told LEGO he wanted to use their toys to make some artwork. LEGO agreed to supply their bricks for free, without asking what he wanted to do with them. They were shocked when they realized he'd made 7 LEGO sets depicting the horrors of Nazi concentration camps, complete with convincing boxes that made them look like official sets. It was a controversial and powerful political statement, but LEGO made it clear they had nothing to do with these sets, and they are 100% not official. LEGO claims it never ever produces sets or toys that look like real weapons or military vehicles, because of the association with violence. So explain this one, LEGO. In 2020, they announced they were releasing a Technic set for the Bell Boeing V-22 Osprey, which is, you guessed it, a military aircraft. How did they think they were going to get away with that? Well, LEGO claimed it was going to focus on the aircraft's use for rescues instead of violence, and they were going to make it clear by putting a few rescue-related stickers on it. We don't think that'll really cut it, LEGO. Other people didn't either, especially because the aircraft is still being used in wars today. When the German Peace Society said they were going to protest outside LEGO offices over this release, LEGO canceled the set, but not quite quick enough. A few slipped through the cracks and made it into the hands of collectors, so you could still get one if you know where to look. We need to warn you up top about this set. It's just pure racism. This is the shocking Red Indians LEGO set, and yeah, that's what it's called. It comes with 4 homemaker minifigures, some carrying babies, who are obvious stereotypes, sitting in a tiny canoe. Let's not even get into how red the minifigures are. There's just so much wrong with this set, we think it's not even appropriate for adults, never mind kids. LEGO's meant to avoid criminal activity in their sets, so you gotta wonder what they were thinking when they released this stadium security set. This set is sometimes called the police unit set, but it's basically riot police trying to stop soccer hooligans from beating each other up and vandalizing property. This is an actual problem that happens a lot in Europe when soccer matches are played, and it can be dangerous and even deadly, so it's not like it's just a bit of fun. You don't really want to be teaching little kids that's something they can be when they grow up. Of course, it's not just inappropriate behavior you want to keep your kids away from. You don't want to give them nightmares either. So you probably want to keep them away from the 2018 Aragog set. This spider from the Harry Potter series is seriously creepy. And it's not like you can even tell the kids everything's fine. Don't forget, this character wanted to eat Harry alive. No wonder he's so terrifying. The huge fangs, cold dead eyes, and weirdly upright abdomen are enough to scare an adult. Never mind the 7-year-olds the set is designed for. Oh, did we mention this set comes with a whole lot of baby spiders too? Yeah, creepy. Think the Slave Leia minifigure from the start of this video wasn't appropriate for kids? Take a look at this Ula minifigure. Straight away, it's pretty obvious this is not safe for work. It definitely isn't for kids. She's practically naked. As if that wasn't bad enough on its own, she's mainly known for a scene that takes place in Jabba the Hutt's palace, where he makes her dance for him. Yeah, it's one step away from stripping. Do you really think kids should be playing with a toy like that? This next set seems to have been pretty much buried by LEGO. It was part of the Legends of Chima theme and was announced for release in 2014, but then it just vanished. There was no more news about it again. In fact, it's so buried, we don't even have pictures of it. But what was so bad about it? Well, we don't know for sure, but we can guess because it was called Lava Breakout. Like we said, there are no pictures. But if this was a set showing all those humanoid animal clans being burned to death by lava, we can see why LEGO decided not to release it and just hope nobody asked what they were thinking in the first place. Wait, is that a LEGO strip club? Before you get too angry, we'll warn you this one wasn't technically made by LEGO themselves, but it was convincing enough that there was a crazy scramble from LEGO when it came out. They really tried their best to distance themselves from this set. It was actually made by a company called Citizen Brick, who are known for making seriously adult LEGO sets. This one comes complete with poles, stacks of money, transparent stripper heels, hologram wallpaper, and working LED lights. It's impressively tacky. In case you're curious about what else Citizen Brick get up to, they're the company behind the incredible Super Lab playset, a Lego set of the Breaking Bad meth lab. This set was made up of over 500 detailed pieces, including a security camera and 3 minifigures from the show. What's not to love? Just don't let your kids get their hands on it. How about a Lego set from a beloved show that was actually made for Lego? There's no doubt this Stranger Things Upside Down World set is cool, but is it really okay for kids to be playing with it? The set itself is creepy, with all those twisted branches and confusing physics. But take a look at the Demogorgon minifigure. It's one of the most iconically terrifying monsters in the history of TV. If a kid got their hands on this, it's almost guaranteed to give them nightmares. In fairness to Lego, they labeled it for users over 16 years old, but it still feels a little like a 6-year-old will be accidentally given one of these by their grandma and have to sleep with the light on forever. Need even more Lego in your life? Of course you do! Don't miss our video on the most amazing Easter eggs hidden in Lego sets. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the best Lego content.